Hey guys, guess what?
Hi.
It's time for a mailbag.
Why?
Because they got questions.
Because we got answers.
And we want to talk to you about them.
Okay, at... How many L's is that?
Moles.
All right.
MOLLLLS.
So guys, what do you think you personally had most in common with your character? It's actually not a bad question.
That's a very good question.
It's a great one.
You want to lead it off, Nick?
I don't feel like answering right now. Go ahead,
I'll answer this. I mean, obviously his charm and charisma, the fitness thing. Yeah, actually, I mean, all joking aside, like that was my thing at that time in my life. Like, worked out a lot, enjoyed the fitness game, and so that I definitely shared in common with Donnie.
Did you play sports back then?
I definitely played some sports in high school.
Yeah, I knew that. Right, football?
Definitely my thing. No, never football. No, we didn't have football at my school, unfortunately. Really? Yeah. So I was not a football star, but track, cross country, water polo were my things. Let's go.
I guess it is perfect. I was going to put it down.
Oh, hey.
Wow.
I don't think it's exactly how it's supposed to go.
I don't think it is.
My fedora.
Nick is wearing a hunter green fedora, and it looks gorgeous with his top.
Thank you. But yeah, the sports game and Donnie's just warm, loving personality. That's it. Yeah.
Beans.
What did I have in common with my character? I really felt like Beans had like a need to be accepted, to be a need for almost inclusiveness, to be included, you know? And I feel like when you're 9, 10, 11-year-old boy, every young boy has that almost desire to be accepted and needed because you're all really still trying to find your place in the world. So I definitely felt that in common with Beans. Also, I do like bacon.
Good. Yes, we've established that. We're going to be sponsored by Bacon at one of these. One of these, please, Bacon sponsors.
We better
sponsor us. And Beans. And Beans sponsorships. All right.
Bacon.
Well, shoot, I didn't answer that.
No,
I was about to go roll over that.
Yeah, no, what do you have most in common with your character, Christy?
Gosh, guys. What do you think you personally had most in common with your character? See, now this is an interesting question, right? Are they talking about what we had in common with them then? Or in general, like lifetime knowledge?
I think then. I think
it has to be then. I mean, sure.
Not necessarily, because the person knows like where we're at now.
Okay, well,
then and now, maybe.
No, they don't. They don't know.
Really.
So you guys want me to answer for them?
What do you think you had most in common with Ren at the time that you were playing that part?
Yeah, I think it was my work ethic. I was a very hard worker.
Okay.
I always knew my lines. I was working on school all the time.
You were definitely type A.
I was just a hard worker, man.
Yeah.
Like I look back at that and I'm like, how the hell did I have so much energy? So yeah, I think we definitely had that in common. And I really wish I had that much energy now, but I don't. So
yeah. What we should, before we move on, we should answer for each other. What we think the other one had in common.
Oh,
yeah.
Man. Steven's like, I feel.
I'm gonna go for you, Steven.
Okay.
The Beans persona is like, you can't have that character without you. Like the way you talked, just the way you acted. I mean, there was something about your personality. It's like we talk about the essence of you was Beans, which is why even now, I'm sorry, but I sometimes
call him Beans.
Which
we get that right out of anyone else, because we did actually know
I
him
would
as a
never
kid named
call
Beans.
you Ren.
Oh, that's true.
And if you, I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a clear delineation between you and the part.
Yeah.
Whereas something about you, it's almost like just that character itself came out of who you were as a young kid.
You know, and that's so weird not weird, but interesting, because you're not the only cast member that's called me Beans. Everybody on the cast and crew called me Beans.
Beansy.
Beansy.
Yeah.
Beansy. It was Beansy. Everybody did.
I can
But you know
still
what?
hear the way that Shia addressed
no one
you
ever
in my
called
head.
me. No one ever called me
Beansy.
Steven. Beansy.
That's how I would say.
But nicknames have unique origins, and people get all different types of nicknames throughout life, right? And so in an interesting way, your character, like that name, became your nickname, which is fine.
Isn't Beans' name Steven?
No.
No.
It was, you know that how Bernard Aaron Guerin got his name, right?
That's right.
Yeah, go ahead, tell everybody.
Yeah, he was based off of a code producer, or no, a super. It wasn't. It was a co-producer back in the day.
So he was an executive at Disney named Bernard Aaron Guerin. Okay, but I never remembered his name being Bernard. Was it really?
Yeah, it was Bernard. Yeah, it was Bernard Aaron Guerin.
Oh, he was very nice, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never met him. I never met the real.
You never did. I bet.
This is a crying shame. I never met the real Bernard Aaron Guerin.
You must have though, Stephen, because he was at every one of our read-throughs. So he was a very quiet guy. The real Beans.
Sorry, Beans. Don't remember you.
Dude, there's a real Beans out there named Bernard Aaron Guerin. We love him.
I don't remember.
Hold on a second. I'm going to show you his face right now on Facebook.
But you are a way better Beans than he ever was.
Oh, he's the bad Beans.
But I think that's
is he like?
No, I just mean in terms of like
right now.
the personality, like. It kind of made sense when people like discovered what your name is. It's like, oh yeah, that guy is Beans. Like it makes sense. So I think there is such a commonality or a commonness between your name and who you were as a personality that it just stuck with you. And it's like, again, people get weird nicknames from all different, experiences in life. And that just happens to be the one that the role you play just happens to also be the origin of your nickname.
I wonder how he got the nickname.
Wait a minute, you guys.
Bernie.
I just looked up Bernard Aaron Guerin, and there's actually a Facebook group dedicated to Bernard Beans Aaron Guerin. And this is what they've created a fan group for you.
Oh, wow.
Who doesn't love this lovable attribute to the Stevens family from the Disney Channel's Even Stevens? This small but mighty kid is always getting on the last nerve of the Stevens family, but somehow his crazy gestures cheer us all up. Bernard, quote unquote, Beans Aaron Guerin, has just moved to Sacramento, California, where we meet him. He quickly begins to hang around Louis and Ren, and he always pops in on the Stevens family, even though he's uninvited. Oh, ha ha ha, like that one time when he joined the Stevens family on their family trip to the island of Mandalino. Or when he joins the Alan Twitty Project as the bass player. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I remember
Which
that.
is funny because in the last one of those episodes we reviewed, Twitty's looking for a bass player.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
No shit.
And Artie was set
See,
on
we
the
actually have through lines and Easter eggs, and that's pretty great. That's a testament to our writers. And then he says, and he gets his head stuck in a birdcage before they play the entire school on the roof. Oh, Beans, you really know how to crack us up. Speaking of the crack, I think I smell crackling bacon. Haha, remember how Beans was upset? This goes on.
God, who wrote
you
this?
You have a dedicated fan base.
Man, bro.
And that's great.
Yeah, that's wild.
I don't think Ren Stevens has a dedicated fan base like that.
neither does
And
Donnie.
she shouldn't, because she wasn't like,
Bullshit, she shouldn't. She was a great
I
girl.
want that for you.
No, if I have a daughter, I'd want her to be just like Ren. That is nonsense.
Oh, thank you. That's big.
All right.
Honestly, dude, like a lot of people don't know this about Nick because, he plays this jock on TV, but he really has like a big sensitive side.
Oh,
anybody that knows Nick,
spiritual, I'd say.
Spiritual side.
What are you talking about?
Exactly. No, but
I would say spiritual.
So I really think that you and Donnie really have that in common. Definitely this hidden sensitive side that we don't see until we really meet you, man.
Yeah.
And I think it's a beautiful thing.
Oh, are you saying this is what he had in common with his character?
This is what I feel like he really has
because
in common.
Donnie was emotional. Okay,
yeah, not emotional, but like
not
very
emotional, but he was
sensitive.
Big heart.
Sensitive, big heart. Huge heart.
Big heart and big biceps.
And yeah, people. I don't think people, really on the surface see that about you, man. And that's bullshit. You're a great guy and really sensitive and deep.
Yeah. Fucking bullshit, don't you? You guys should know who I am.
Deep. This dude. Deep.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate that. It's definitely my Pisces nature.
I'm a Pisces.
Are you? That's right. You're the 20th.
I think
I don't know how we haven't kind of like
celebrated together kind of thing.
Or just even, we may have realized this at some point in the past.
No, I knew you were a Pisces. Because anytime I thought of a Pisces male, I thought of you.
Do you know what your moon and rising
Yes, I do.
are? Oh, wait, what's your moon?
I am a Gemini rising, which is what people think of me as a two-faced bitch.
I asked my mom when I was born. She goes, "Get the fuck away from that woman right now."
That doesn't make sense. Wait, I'm trying to think about that.
Think about it.
You
When I
asked
was
your
born.
mom when I was born.
What time I was born, and she goes, "Get away from that woman right now."
I don't get
Think
that,
about
dude. It's probably really funny. Is it funny?
This is like one of those jokes that
Wait, Jose thinks it's funny. We have people thinking it's
this
funny.
is one of those jokes
It's
that
probably so fucking
when
dark.
he goes into
Anytime his mom is quoted,
it's
but come on, no, I need to get it
There's
now.
a lot of darkness.
No, it's just
Get away from that woman right now.
Jose, can you help us
Don't
out
tell
here?
her, Jose. Don't tell her. Yeah. We're
God,
gonna
I
move
wanna
on
know it.
here.
Okay.
what
I'm
else?
gonna wake up thinking about this.
Oh my god, I feel like it's a riddle I can't solve.
I feel like it's Saw, like that movie Saw, and I'm not gonna get it.
I'm gonna wake up in the
No,
middle
don't
of the
tell
night
us.
and
We're
realize
gonna
what
get
it
it.
is, and it's gonna be like, oh my god.
All right, hold on. I'm a Gemini rising. I'm a Taurus moon.
Okay.
I'm a Taurus moon, which is what I really am, is a
Yeah.
lot more grounded and earthy.
See, I did not really.
But I am truly a Pisces.
not-
Oh, and
okay.
I'm also a Pisces Aries cusp. So I'm very like ambitious and neurotic, but also very emotional and sensitive. And
So you're like the beginning and the end.
I'm on the 20th.
That's what it is. So I'm not
fucking mess.
I'm not big into astrology. A lot of people in my circle are.
What is your rising?
Well, I'll tell you. So, but I had this guy, amazing guy. I'm going blank on his name right now. Oh, I'm so sorry, bro. What's your name? Anyway, sweetheart of a dude. He came to one of my events and he's like, oh, I do like, readings. And I'm like, and I've never had a real reading. I've never had someone tell me my rising, my moon is, and blah,
Even
blah,
at
blah.
the playa?
Not at the playa, no.
la playa.
I just happened to get a new copy of my birth certificate like literally days before. So I actually
You, like,
knew,
had it on hand.
I actually knew. I know when I was born and where I was born. And I've never really quite known the answer to that. And so this guy gave me a reading, and it was like an hour and a half long experience, and he was amazing. And it was the first time that I actually thought, wow, those make a lot of sense. So my rising is I'm a Leo rising and a Libra moon. And which makes a lot of sense
That
because
makes a
like
lot of
justice
sense.
and
Equality, equal.
yeah, like that's always like from like one of my earliest experiences, even in grade school, like in going back to one of the things we talked about before about standing up for people at the right time. That's always been a part of my makeup. Like I don't like seeing people being treated badly or
Principles.
Yeah, it's. I can do some crazy shit that isn't always right, but when I see someone treated wrong, it really bothers me, and I kind of react to that in a big way, and always have as a young person. So that makes a lot of sense. And then the Leo also makes a lot of sense
because loving and strong,
even though but also like the Leo is the person who likes to kind of show up and
also show off and look pretty.
Yeah, and show off and be the center of attention, which even though in many ways I'm an introvert and all that kind of stuff, I kind of like, I'm always almost resisting the desire to hide. I don't want to hide. I want to be bold. I want to be confident.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
Okay, dude, what's your birthday?
July 19th.
So what are you?
I'm a Cancer.
You're a Cancer. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a Cancer.
What does that mean?
I find out. I don't know. I try not to look at that shit.
Okay.
I don't care.
You try not to look at it.
Okay.
What is your spirituality in general? I'm curious because we've talked a lot about random spirituality stuff so far.
It depends on my.
Do you pray? Were you like raised?
Oh, I was praised. Praised.
You were praised?
I was praised. No, I was raised Christian Catholic. You know, around there.
Yeah.
Definitely, we were a lot more religious in public than we were in private.
Okay.
That type of shit, you know. So
But what do you believe?
Oh,
not
what do
your
I?
parents?
Oh God, I don't know.
Like, would you try to go back to church or like?
I don't know. I don't know. My views are sure it would be nice to have some nice warm place with angels and harp music and bagpipes and bullshit, and you go and be comfortable with your loved ones when you die. But I don't fucking know.
You should come to one of my shows. I do a lot of that shit.
Bagpipes and bullshit.
Bagpipes and bullshit.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
That sounds like another bar. Like
Bagpipes and bullshit, leather and rose.
There you go.
Bagpipes and bullshit. That's like the Irish, like.
Yeah, that's definitely
dude.
the
That's like
Irish
the Irish
version.
brother bar.
do
Yeah.
that.
Leather and rose.
that'll be the name of the show
Bagpipes and bullshit.
for
Yeah.
St. Patrick's Day. That's the name of the show.
Oh my God, that's funny. Good job.
Right?
You're funny.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right, you
man.
didn't say
Good
what
job,
you
good
thought
job.
I had most in common with Ren, but that's okay.
Well, no, we
Oh, no.
haven't finished that yet. So
God.
Christy is definitely has that type A, and I think also wants to be center of attention and wants to be right. That's what you share with.
You fucker.
Actually, but see, I'm talking about you then, Christy.
Oh,
Talking
no,
about
then.
you then.
Are you
Yes.
sure
Yes. No, not you now.
I was like reaching for it. I was like,
no, but
Okay.
that was.
oh my God, absolutely.
That was who you were like.
Yeah, no,
You
you're-
had to be right.
Yeah, you're right.
You had to be right.
You're probably right.
No, I'm right.
You can be right too. See, now I'm
Yeah,
so
see,
evolved.
there you go.
Y'all are fucking right all the time. All right, cool. No, that's
That was
fair.
it. That
That's
was
a
it.
really
that
fair.
was the Christy. The
I
Ren.
was pretty fierce.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about it when we talked about seeing my performance in that edge, and I had that accent, and I was looking at this little kid with this little edge on her, and I was like, yeah, no, that tracks for sure.
Yeah, but it's so funny because now when I see that, I'm like, oh my God, such a kid,
Such a kid.
such a kid.
I know, yeah.
And that's not, even though I knew you were a kid back then, it was an entirely different experience now than seeing you 20,
Good.
20
That's a good
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So
What did you have in common with Ren? Oh God. Yeah, honestly, I'd probably say your hard work ethic too, because you were a worker. I don't know if this is gonna make the set, but like I worked with Hilary Duff on Cheaper by the Dozen. She never remembered her fucking lines on set ever. Literally, we had cue cards for her ass every single fucking day.
that just made
Tell 'em,
Christy's
Beans, tell 'em.
day.
Yeah. Seriously.
Just made
like,
her day.
Conversion.
Yeah, like I remember, some of the stories working with Hillary on Cheaper. What am I gonna say?
You don't have to say shit. There's
Yeah.
no pressure to say anything negative, especially about
Yeah,
our...
not negative. I'm just
I
saying.
think-
In contrast, it was a blessing working with people that were able to hit their marks, not bump into the furniture, and remember their lines.
I forgot you were in Cheaper by the Dozen,
You know,
man.
yeah.
You've been like everywhere that whole time. You were popping up like beans, just like I'm here.
Here,
I'm in
here.
this. I'm in that.
This little
Just
thing.
because you were such like you really were so like iconic for that moment in time.
Yeah, for sure.
He was like everyone's little brother.
I mean, he's got
slash-
that's probably not the only fan page he has on,
Yeah.
on Facebook. There's probably many out there.
all the different
dark
characters.
web beans.
Oh, the dark web beans is there. I've seen some of the photos you have.
Wait, really?
We're not gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
Wait, do you really have an OnlyFans?
No,
No, oh my
Well,
God.
I don't know. Would
I just
people-
want to make sure you're
would-
not going to do that.
I
Are
don't
you?
know. Would people pay for it?
Okay,
Stop.
so
In the
Stop.
comments, you
No.
let me know right now.
No,
The best of beans.
But wait, what? You don't think that would be good for him?
Yeah, don't you have a friend?
OnlyFans?
Christy, don't you have one of the Wizard's place? The Wizard's guy.
No, Dan Benson.
Yeah,
we
Dan
talked
Benson.
about Dan Benson.
He gets his wand out.
He does his thing magically, and he's happy.
He does it
But listen,
magically?
Listen,
Ooh.
he is happy, and that's what the thing is that once you decide to become a sex worker, you have to understand. I feel like consensually, male or female, that you're doing it in a way that doesn't affect your life. And I'm sure if you go into corn, as they say, because if you say it with a P, then they flag you. If you go into corn, then I think like you have to really truly make that a conscious. That's a conscious decision.
Wait, a conscious.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know if it would be good for you to do that.
Yeah.
I don't think you should do that.
I would. Let me listen. Everyone can choose to do what they want to do.
Of course, it's your body, your choice.
I think it's really wild how this whole industry has it went from mostly women, right? Mostly
Yeah.
women in this. I mean, but obviously there's a huge market there for men as well, but mostly women, where Instagram became a platform where you could really kind of exploit yourself to get followers and hopefully build some kind of whatever you want to call it, influencer or market for yourself that gave you some independence and an opportunity to make some money off of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then OnlyFans came along, and it was a very small jump, not a big jump. It was a small jump from Instagram influencer to OnlyFans personality, whatever it is.
Oh my gosh, they make money.
There is a lot of people who I don't think ever would have done that, who are now doing it. And, you know, it's a personal choice. If some people think it's empowering, and, you know, if that's what you think, then go for it and do it. I'm
going to go out and say I will not be doing it.
Yeah.
I will not be doing it.
Neither.
I would rather go back to college but to those who do it, I have a massive amount of respect for it.
Hey, boo boo, you shake those bacon strips your mama gave you.
Yeah. Look, if you want to do it, would you come to me and tell me first? Why are y'all
Oh,
laughing?
yeah, I'll warn you. Don't worry.
No.
Yeah,
I want to
I'll
agent
warn
you. I want to protect you.
Yeah.
If you're going to do OnlyFans, I want to make sure you have tasteful photos.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll even get you a mentor.
Christy, you don't want to see these photos.
Bacon-
No, but we'll even get you a mentor. Dan
mentor?
Benson will mentor you. We'll figure this out. Please don't start doing it.
Oh, okay.
Because you know, like
Don't worry. I'll have a producer. I'll talk to Joe.
I think this is a bad direction.
I feel nervous in this moment because I brought it up
Steven,
and now
I'm just saying-
Steven, don't
I can't
spill.
put the beans back in the can right now. And
Steven,
they're out.
don't spill your beans.
One thing I
feel
did think
really
of,
weird now.
Dan Benson, if he doesn't do it, Harry Potter corno, they're missing a big moment here.
Oh, because
Dustin-
of the
yeah,
wizard.
wait, yeah, it's a wizard.
What was the guy's name from Saved by the Bell? Dustin
Yeah,
Diamond.
it didn't end
It
well
did
for
not
him.
go well, man.
But if he had an OnlyFans, he probably would have made a lot more money.
Okay,
It's
all I'm
true.
saying is
Just
that
saying.
it's a very slippery slope. It's a very slippery slope.
Ain't
you
it,
guys.
Oh, you dirty boy! Sloop.
So
Wait, did you
let's
mean
go
to
back to
say
the
that?
question.
It's a-
Let's go back
He's
to the
very
questions here.
anti-
A
Sex work.
greasy slope because it's bacon, right?
Oh, bless your heart.
Yeah. Okay.
Bless
So
his
the next
heart.
question is from Haley. Yeah, Haley.
No.
No.
No, this is the good one.
Okay.
This is a good one. I like this one because it's actually about Beansy here. Haley A.
Haley J. Haley Yay.
You know Haley A.
Haley A.
If you had to choose a food as your name, like beans, what would you
Oh,
choose?
meatball.
Meatball.
I feel like
Yours
meatball
would
would
be
be a
meatball?
cute name. I feel like meatball's me now.
Okay.
We're saying now, right?
Well, I mean, no, but
I'm
I
a
think
meatball.
all of this is within the context of what we were at that time. But
If you had to choose a food as your name,
no, but you can't do whatever
like
you want to do.
beans, what would you choose?
I mean, meatballs. Cute.
No, but I think meatball.
I would have thought asparagus.
Aw. I don't like that. That's so mean. I mean, even then, I don't think asparagus was. Yeah, no, Ren's kind of an asparagus.
It kind of like
Fair
it's the
enough.
healthy food choice.
It's healthy. It's like upright.
It's upright.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay. So
Stocky.
asparagus, but now I'm
No,
meatball.
you're
I went from
meatball.
asparagus to meatball.
Asparagus.
I got a food upgrade.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I don't know. What the hell would I be?
Tofu.
I'm definitely not tofu.
You're tofu.
I'm
Yeah.
No,
Tofu.
no, not tofu. I was definitely like maybe beefcake then. But have you ever had a beefcake?
No.
Where the hell does beefcake come from?
Are you talking about meatloaf?
I don't know. I just
Because that's basically meatball.
well, we are from the same family.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so maybe I was meatloaf then.
You meatloaf?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with the singer.
Yeah, well, I mean, whatever. Meatloaf. I would have been a meatloaf. Now.
Bolognese? Bolognese.
No, I wouldn't be meat. It wouldn't be a meat thing now. What would I be now?
Tofu.
Tofu?
I love this. I love Q&As.
Well, you know what's funny about like when you like I had this really random thought once when I was driving my car. Like
We call that an intrusive thought.
an intrusive thought. Like I was laughing at people and their spirit animals because like there's too many people these days changing their name to like Coyote. I'm like
In your
I'm
friend
like
group, that's not
girl,
sorry.
you're from Wisconsin. I'm sorry, you're not Coyote.
Bro, your name's Chad.
By the way, thank you for not naming your kids something fucking weird, Christy.
Why would I do that?
Oh, dude, all these celebrities name their kids weird shit like pilot, inspector.
I don't
and-
identify as a celebrity, first of
Oh
all.
god, thank you.
No, but it's just it's funny how like people have like these like spirit animal names that they like it's empowering for them to change
My
their
name
name.
is
Yeah,
Coyote.
whatever it is. No, it's kind of crazy. I mean, whatever. It's not crazy. Whatever you need to do.
Too much fun.
Whatever gives you identity and whatever empowers you. I mean, go
shit,
for
I
it.
actually have a friend
But-
in air. She's awesome.
I kind of laughed to myself about this while I was driving, but then I thought, well, if you were to think seriously about this, what would your spirit animal be? And I went down that path to figure out-
Coyote?
No, it's not coyote. So
Might be a fucking honey badger.
You could be a honey badger. I can see that. I
see it too.
I can see honey
I can see him being a honey
I
badger.
see it too, though. No.
Yeah.
I'd be a coyote.
I felt like mine was a cross between. I've always felt like an affinity for elephants.
They do have good memories.
Yeah, well, my memory sucks, but they're very compassionate. They have like a lot of emotion. They're very emotional animals. There's a strong like tribal connection, and then also like the lone wolf thing, because I'm always, like I said before, like even though I'm the most antisocial social person you'll know, like I need to go off on my own journey, and I'm always kind of like that's where I kind of like find my inner peace is by going doing my own thing. So I came up with L Wolf.
Oh.
I'm the L Wolf. That
Okay.
would be my spirit animal.
He's the
It's
L Wolf.
It's the cross between.
Wait, isn't it supposed to be an animal?
Yeah,
No,
I
it was
went
a
down a different
food.
path.
A food.
I went
It was
down,
a
no, I
food
went down
and
a
you
different
didn't like
path.
the food
I didn't-
options.
yeah, I don't know what would my current food. I was meatloaf
Oh,
then.
dude,
What would it be now?
I'm going to put you in part of the bean family. You'd be a lentil, baby.
I'd be a
A
lentil.
lentil.
Oh yeah, because you putzo a lot.
Yeah, he poots a lot. He's strong, has a lot of protein, but he's still a bean at heart.
Yeah, he's still lean, mean, and clean.
I like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. That was
Weird.
good. We liked
Weird.
this. All right, no, now I get to pick it.
Yeah. Because Nick stole all the good ones.
At Kristen McKimmy with 2 M's, did you have another favorite Disney Channel show or movie? Did you? I know you were on the older side, so you didn't
I
watch
didn't
it.
really
But
watch any of this stuff. Yeah.
Oh, I do. Off the top of my head, I was a huge So Weird fan.
really,
Big fan. Yeah, big fan
No
of
shit.
Mackenzie Phillips. And just honestly, I'm a huge horror nerd, you know?
I didn't know that.
Oh, I love horror
You
so
do?
much. Honestly, yeah, it's my comfort.
I
thing.
did not
it's,
know
It's
that.
so weird. It's like when I need like a feel good movie, I'll put on Saw.
That tracks.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's like you and Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, it's a little odd. I know. I'm seeing somebody about it. It's okay.
You are?
No.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
Are you in therapy?
Maybe I should be. I don't know.
Are you in therapy?
I don't know. Oh, I did some therapy, but
Yeah.
not currently in therapy.
I think therapy's great. I need to go back to therapy.
fucking shit's expensive.
It is expensive. You're
Especially
right.
when they start talking to me about my shit.
Yeah.
The,
They're like-
the prices start
yeah,
raising a
it's
little
gonna-
bit here.
we
It's
need
like,
more
God,
time with you.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Here's a straight jacket.
You can go camping with Nick, though.
What?
He's like, yeah.
You can go camp with Nick again in some truck stop.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that helped.
We're gonna wind up with a guy named Coyote at Burning Man.
Actually, wait a second. I actually would really like to see you at Burning.
Oh God, no, you don't. I don't know if the world is
You
ready
would
for
be
that.
so loved.
Oh God,
People would love you.
that'd be.
You'd just be a mascot for some camp.
I would
They would
like.
strap you to the front of their RV,
Yeah.
I don't know.
drive you through the playa.
Bro, I don't know
he
if I could.
deserves the world. I think he would be the king of it. I think he would. You would show up and he would have like. He would be like minions and like people.
He'd be
would
one of the
serving
guys that
him
just
and-
walk around naked and with nothing but a t-shirt on.
Yeah, I don't like sand up my asshole though. And,
Yeah,
you
he's
know,
too clean.
God,
Yeah,
you went
dude,
so
no.
far into that. You could have just said in the crack.
Well, it does seem very dusty.
That's
the only thing I would
dusty?
say.
You were even saying it was dusty, and I don't know.
No,
that.
I mean, well, yeah, dust is a part of it.
Yeah.
It's not sand. It's a very different kind of dust. It's like a powdery alkaline dust that gets into everything. You can't escape it. And what's funny is everyone who goes there for the first time, they're like trying to stay clean. There's no staying clean, and you kind of learn that real quickly. You are
Okay.
always dusty.
You know what, guys? That actually reminds me of something. A little story I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
I during a hiatus of Even Stevens, one of my more memorable trips, like my mom did try to get me out of LA a lot. So like when we were on hiatus every summer, we would do summer hiatuses. One summer I went and did a boat. Do you remember this at all? Maybe. I went and I crewed a boat, and basically I was for like 10 days living on a boat with other teenagers. And for a kid that wasn't in high school, like about the way that we were, it was a really beautiful experience for me. And I fell in love with sailing. And so I crewed a boat, and it was like a 84-foot schooner or something like that. And we like slept on the boat, and we did Block Island and went to Mystic, and like we did all of these East Coast little areas.
Wow, that's
Dude.
amazing.
It
What
was
a great
amazing.
experience,
It was
yeah.
amazing. And like I just remember having that be a really beautiful moment for myself and remembering how dirty I was, because that was the first time I'd ever felt like you'd have to embrace being dirty because you wouldn't be able to shower until you got to the next port, which would be days at a time. And sort of being this very like type A, clean little Disney actress, I got to be a little wild and not brush my hair. And so I've really always, ever since then, had a really true deep appreciation for sailboats.
Yeah.
And you lived on a sailboat.
Yeah.
Have you sailed?
I worked at a marina for about 6 months.
Did you get to go on the boats?
Oh, well, I see, only when I did the pump outs.
Oh, but wait, you don't swim.
Yeah. See, I only got to go on the boats on Wednesdays when I did pumps outs.
Mm-hmm.
Like the sewage water.
Yeah,
the
to
gray
go
water?
pump out the shit.
Yeah.
Oh, it sucked.
Can I ask you, if you put a vest on, or do you feel okay being on a boat?
No, it's just you go
that's
up
right,
there.
because you don't swim.
Yeah, I don't swim.
No. But if you did have a vest on, would you go on a boat?
Yeah. I'd go on a boat without a vest.
Okay.
You know, as long as you at least make an effort to try to save me. Like, throw me something, I'll be cool.
That's good, though.
I'll be
That's
cool.
fucking, I mean, considering, that's
Oh,
actually
but-
pretty brave.
Did you work at like one of those like gas stations on the harbor?
Yeah,
type thing?
Benicia Marina. Yeah, only on Wednesdays I did the pump outs because that was their pump out day. So
You've had some odd jobs,
dude,
huh?
Wednesdays sucked because I'll tell you the story of me learning to do it too. So I had Braulio and Fermin. Braulio and Fermin, if you're watching this, I love you guys.
Aw.
Yeah, the first day they're teaching me to do pump outs. Yeah, they decided to screw with the new guy. So they don't tell me about how hard you got to actually put the hose down, or else the shit will just spray everywhere, right?
No.
So they don't tell me because they want to fuck with the new guy a little bit. And of course, I put it down, not hard enough. Shit just goes flying all over the place. And this is the first boat of the day, right? So I got another 20 to do, and I'm just drenched in shit.
Oh, God.
So I'm like, oh, this is going to be a fun day. So we're doing this shit, and I'm like, lassoing this, knot to tie us up to these big-ass yachts. I get up there about halfway through the day, got flies flying all over me.
Oh, damn.
Oh, this is terrible.
And, the guy goes, man, you smell like shit.
You're like accurate and not helpful.
Yeah, dude, it was really bad.
Oh, hey, so, and speaking of odd jobs, I actually had a really random odd job. I'm not sure if people know about this, but I kind of was quitting acting for a minute. And so I went back to college at 26. And then I actually ended up meeting my husband there. But what happened is I decided I wanted to take an internship at Disney. And that it was a paid internship. And I don't know how the heck I did it, but I was literally at the post-production at ABC Studios on the lot. Okay, I had like a name badge and everything. I think I still have it. I was a cast member. And guys, when I tell you, I was actually filling in for the receptionist at ABC Studios. And the heads of production, I forget their names at the time, but they were these bigwig guys that we'd all probably like audition for, or if you get to networks and tests, you end up seeing these like bigwigs. And I was literally at the reception desk, and they would stop by, and then they'd stop and do a double take, and they'd be like, you. And I was like, yes, hi. And I was like, and then I would like pick up the phone. And this was like after I'd had like this legacy career with Disney. And now I'm sitting at the receptionist desk. And I got to be honest with you, there was a part of me that was like, yeah, fucker, it is me. Yeah. I live, I exist, and I am fucking answering your phones. And that is the beauty of life, is that if there's anything, you are vulnerable and things can go full circle. So I know that it was hard and it was extremely humbling at the moment, but at the time, I didn't let it get me down. And I was like, it doesn't matter. I'm going to be a director. I'm going to be a producer. And I was really starting to divorce myself from, just the identity of my past. So slowly but surely, I came to understand what that meant and how to monetize that off of that myself. But yeah, I mean, it was a struggle for a while. Of course, you got to find your way.
Well,
you've always had your shit together though when it came to finances.
That's not true.
Have you ever struggled financially?
I mean, I still struggle, but I just struggle to a certain degree. Do you know what I mean?
You're in charge of your finances.
Yeah, I've always taken risks with the money that I've made, and those risks put me in a certain kind of like, precarious position, meaning like, yeah, things are okay, because I can maintain a certain level of existence.
Understood.
Right. But at the same time, I always have a lot kind of writing. And so like, with real estate, it's like I'm always kind of like developing and trying to grow what I'm doing with real estate. And so you're borrowing money, you're spending money constantly. Now,
but you're also creating a track record because you have a
more,
good
more
one.
importantly, like I make sure that I have, like a certain level of, investment so that if the shit did hit the fan and all goes kaput, I'm still going to be okay. Like I have something to restart with. You know what I mean? Like I'm only going to fall so far. So I don't risk it all. But because of just the way I've lived my life as a creative, and I'm constantly kind of, you're
harnessing that energy,
trying new things. I'm always putting the money on the line, so it's never comfortable. It's never comfortable. But I also know that like if things go bad, I'm okay. I'm going to be okay. Like for me, when I got started, the one thing that I always wanted was just a place to live.
I know what food you are.
What food am I?
Passion fruit.
Hey, baby.
Because we went to his bar. We went to his bar last night, and he literally took out passion fruits from like, I don't know.
Off my vines.
Off his fucking vines.
I have passion fruit and grapes growing on my property.
He's like an expert mixologist, this guy.
This is not so. You are so sweet.
Take the compliment. Fine. He's like, no, this is how you cut the passion fruit. He takes it, he cuts the top. He's telling everybody, look, you can scoop it out with a spoon, and then he like pours it into shot glasses. And I'm like, Nick, I don't shoot, I don't drink. And he's like, shut up, just drink it. And I was like, okay, it's not alcohol.
It's just passion fruit.
It's just passion fruit. But it was the most amazing tasting, fresh, creative way of like taking in a fruit. And I was like, there you go. He's passion fruit.
Well, it's actually, so one of the things I do is the passion fruit is like a little, when you cut the top off, it's like a little cup. And I mix it with, we didn't do this for our drink, but when I'm serving people at the bar, I have this little drink I've made. It's called a passion fruit shot tail. And we mix it with a coconut rum and then pour it back in the actual fruit cup. So you're drinking it straight out of the cup. So it's pretty amazing. But
I would have took that to the face.
Yes.
I feel like we got to have some shots here. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Joe.
So
I think we got time for one more.
I want to go this weird job thing real quick.
Okay, yeah. Weird job is so fun.
So one thing that when I was started in this business, the one thing, like the one principle, I guess, that I try to stay true to is that I always have to work. No matter what I'm doing, I have to stay working. Like, I didn't care if I booked a job for a little while, a TV show for a little while, a gig for a while. When that was done, I had to get a job, a regular job, no matter what it was. I worked with Heidi Fleiss.
Whoa.
Do you remember Heidi Fleiss?
Wait, Heidi Fleiss is a pimp.
Probably
Heidi Fleiss was that Hollywood madam.
Wait, she's a pimp. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't work for her as an employee of hers.
Down on Sunset?
No, she had a clothing line for
a legitimate
while.
clothing line.
Well, you call it whatever you want to call it. It was called Heidi Wear, and it was supposed to be like sexy lingerie. It was really kind of just cheap knockoff stuff with her name on it. But I was like, at the time, I was like 19 or 20 years old, and I brought her my lookbook, and she had a place in Pasadena, and I went downtown, like little bold, crazy dude. I was like 19 or 20.
Before even Stevens. Right before, though.
Yeah, well, a couple of years before.
She was looking at you
and
like
I
a
brought
piece of meat.
I brought her his lookbook, and it's her and all these cute chicks working at this little store.
I bet.
And they all were like, "Who is this guy coming in here?" And they hired me, and then she eventually went to jail and asked me to help manage, because all the girls that were working there were actually
prostitutes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that at the time, but they were pretty unreliable and always kind of getting fucked up.
These bitches.
And so I had to help run this place while she was in jail for a little while.
Are you serious?
I was like 20 years old. It was crazy.
How long did you run Heidi Fleiss's
it was like 6 months I did
money
this.
laundering
It was me and one other girl were like managing this thing. But that wasn't even the weird job, although that was a crazy job. I
think you win. I'm sorry about your stuff.
He wins.
He kind of wins.
I give up to the throne.
It was a crazy. The story gets even crazier.
I love this.
We won't talk about that. But
okay.
No
pressure.
after Even Stevens, a buddy of mine owned a restaurant that became very famous because of that 70s show. They were investors in the show. It was called Dolce. And right
That
when
was a big
right,
spot.
like literally like the week after the show ended, I called my buddy up. I'm like, hey, I need to get a job, because it was so important to me to always stay working. It didn't matter what I was doing. Like, I was never too proud to have a normal job. And so he hired me as a host at Dolce. And that lasted about a month, because it was the first time in my career as an actor that people would start to really recognize you. And there's a couple of times where like families would come in with their kids, and the kids would be like, wait, aren't you, why are you here?
You were a waiter?
No, I was a host.
A host,
It wasn't even
yeah,
a waiter. I was
yeah.
just like bringing people to the table. And it's I think it's hard for people to understand that are outside the business, how uncomfortable and awkward that can be for you. And not that I was too good for that, because I'll take any job, I'll do anything. But I realized at that moment that, okay, I got to find a way to do my own thing. Keep working, but in my own way. I can't do this anymore, because you just don't want to have those conversations every day. You don't want to have to explain to everybody that, Hollywood isn't what you think it is.
Yeah.
For the vast majority of people in Hollywood, just because you work on a show once in your life doesn't mean you're made forever. You know what I mean? I mean, think about how many pro athletes have these careers that end very quickly, and the money
And
is
they've
gone.
got CPE.
Too ugly for CW.
CTE, sorry.
CTE.
And they have CTE.
Yeah.
Too
And
ugly for CW. Too broke for adrenochrome.
What's that?
Yeah. I don't even know that word.
I still don't get the joke. Was that this episode that he made that joke about his mother?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
that
But
was-
it's just a stereotype about astrology girls being out there.
Oh, meaning like when you asked her what your
Yeah.
sign was, he says, get away from that girl.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
whatever girl is
Yeah,
telling you to ask her that.
The stereotype is girls into astrology are a
yeah.
little out there.
Yeah. Oh, I see. So she was trying to tell you to not date that
Yeah,
girl.
it's a joke. It's not even.
I was thinking way
it's
too
not
hard
real.
into that.
I can
No.
figure
We
that
were
one out
like
to save
trying
my
to do
life.
mental gymnastics when it was just a simple
you know what?
joke.
Joe got it. Whatever.
Can I close?
Joe,
No, I
got
I
it.
think Joe might have thought something totally different.
He
than
probably
that, but
dated a crazy astrology chick. I bet you.
I'll close out this episode with this one comment about astrology. Okay, I'm not a big believer necessarily in astrology, but it's not so much astrology. It's about people's ability to read anything and tell us what it means. That I doubt. I don't know if many people have the experience and the knowledge to give us the answers to that. However, I will say this. If the moon can control the movement of the oceans, which the oceans are about 76-78% of the planet, right? Of the earth. Your body is about 76-78% water.
I read that before. Yeah.
So I don't know if you read this. This is what I've come up with in my. You mean like in terms of what your
Yeah,
body
it
makeup
affects
is?
your blood cell, yeah.
Well,
Your
I was
blood.
saying like if the moon if the gravitational pull of the moon can move the entire ocean, then I have no doubt that the stars and the planets can move us.
Well,
can
and
affect
emergency
us.
rooms actually spike during full moons.
Full moons. Yeah.
Because people are more chaotic.
Yeah.
And sometimes when I'll be out and about, even on a date night or something with my husband, and we'll be like, why is everyone just acting so weird tonight? The vibe is off. We're like, is it full moon? And sometimes it actually is.
No, there's. I mean, you can't.
I love these outbursts.
sorry.
I love it. I'm getting used to it though. At
it's-
first I was like, wait, what? And now I'm like, it's just Steven.
I go into these weird kind of like deep
Well, she's talking about full moons. She gets
commentaries. This guy just starts ripping his clothes off, pulling his
I'm
pants
like-
The
down.
whole moon.
I'm here for it. I love
Yeah.
it. Again, dangerous
All right.
man.
Isn't that weird though? It's
He's
like
a
that's the
dangerous
only
man.
form of discrimination that's
So
still
you're a
allowed.
Cancer, and I'm gonna do your chart.
Yeah, go.
Okay.
Go for it.
I'm gonna make your mom.
We'll come back to
super
that for the
pissed
next
in
episode.
her grave.
Please do.
Guys, I hope that we answered some of your questions out there.
Mailbag.
Mailbag. Thanks for sharing. Keep sending them to us, and we'll try to get to them.
Yeah, we will.
All right, guys. See you soon.
Thanks so much for watching this episode of the Even More Stevens podcast. For clips from our pod, go ahead and check out the Podco YouTube channel. Links in the description.